Greetings, CQ family and community. I'm Harry Lee, and this is another CQ moment. You know, we get asked quite a bit from the clients that we work with around this country on how do we take advantage of the data that the CQ assessment has actually measured. That's a great question, and one that quite honestly I feel like is quite underutilized in terms of the tool itself. After an organization has gone through the time and the trouble to assess its people. It's a very, very powerful aspect of CQ, and I want to spend just a couple moments talking about how you can use it. First of all, remember that the group report gives you a CQ profile for the group. It's an anonymized data, and it shows you where your group stands in relationship to the rest of the world. So the rest of the world is the dark gray bar, and your team report is the light gray bar, and it'll show you immediately in a dashboard fashion some very interesting things. So for example, it'll show you if there's been intentional training. It'll show you if your team is somewhat isolated or insulated, or if they've been canceled to some degree, because the scores will show it usually at this level too as well. And so take advantage of that. Remember, this isn't just the only thing that this assessment measures. It measures all these different dynamics. We call them the sub-capabilities. And what you can do with that is over time is look at how your team profile changes from year to year, and it will give you measured results that you can therefore attribute to your training. So you can track organizational change, you can track outcomes-based efficiency and effectiveness just by having your team assessed and looking at the group data from year to year. And of course, another powerful aspect is the cultural values piece that's provided to you in the group report. It shows how your team is being shaped over time. If you're missing voices from your team, you can think about how do we represent that voice? Who do we need to hire onto this team or start recruiting from this team that might provide you with the voice that you need across these different aspects of the cultural values and behavioral preferences? I've seen teams completely reshape the team's effectiveness by just simply using these group reports. And don't forget that another powerful way you can do that is if you have somebody coming in new to supervise the team, that you can have them assess and then help them understand how they fit into these dynamics and whether or not there's going to be potential misunderstandings, whether or not there'll be frustrations potentially before they ever occur, and help you prepare both the leader and the team itself for the style and the cultural values of the people that are being asked to lead it. So it's a very, very powerful concept. Another one is that you can do is if you have people on your team that are in conflict, you can have them submit their values and start looking about ways that they are similar, but maybe ways in which they're opposite that are contributing to the conflict itself. This is very, very powerful, and we've used this a lot with people to just help them understand why they're in conflict. Because remember, sometimes the conflict is not because someone's intentionally trying to be personally offensive. Many times the conflict is simply because there are two completely different perspectives that are misunderstood between the two people, and you can use the CQ assessment to help them begin to understand why the conflict happened and try to diffuse it at that level before it becomes personally offensive. Remember, that's what we always say. A high CQ person, if they can take a conflict and handle it at a cultural misunderstanding level before it becomes this personal offense, you'll be worth your weight in gold as a leader. So take advantage of all that stuff. Remember, we're here for you. If you need updated group reports, just reach out to us, let us know. If you need some more help with coaching, be glad to help with all of that. But we mainly want you to know we appreciate you, we pray for you, And we thank God for you. So take advantage of all of that, and God bless you, and we'll talk to you later.